Bienvenidos a Che Wey. Yo soy Chio de México.
Y yo, Jessica de Argentina. Y estamos aquí para mezclar nuestras culturas y hablarles de cosas interesantes.
O experiencias y aventuras divertidas nuestras y de nuestros invitados. Así como también distraerlos un poco de lo que sea que estén haciendo.
Quédate con nosotros en el siguiente episodio.
Hello. Bienvenidos. Welcome to our new podcast.
Yeah, we have another podcast in English. So if you're listening this, you know how to speak English.
What, Jessica?
You know
Do we
English?
need to start again? I'm sorry, I can't shut up during that. It's funny.
Okay, so today we are once again at the studio.
Uh-huh.
And we are having another person.
Guest. We have an SOS guest right now. And actually,
Yes.
it's a very good idea that just popped up to our minds.
Sí, exactly.
Well, Jessica's going to introduce him, but I'm just going to say that last time we did an English podcast was just a test that we were trying to, and seems like work.
Yeah, it was a test. It was good. And now that we are trying,
We're trying again.
looks like a test. Anyway, we wanted to do English podcasts again because we had a lot of people that liked it and a lot of people that liked the story of Captain Rob. So we got him once again at the studio.
Yeah.
How are you, Rob?
We got a 2 happy hour with him. Not like that, but a 2 for 1. 2 podcasts for 1. We just pay.
See.
Yeah.
We're just gonna bang them out here tonight. Yeah.
when you pay an artist 2 times for 2 presentations, so it's cheaper.
It's like Coachella,
Exactly.
2 weekends.
Yeah,
it's like all these festivals. Right now we have Captain Rob for 2 weeks. So.
Exactly.
Here's my Venmo. Yes.
Yes. So welcome, Captain Rob.
Gracias.
And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for your time.
Exactly.
Totally, no problem.
Thanks. I know you have like an agenda full of interviews.
Tons
here and
of shit to
there.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you,
I mean, I got CNN right after this, so we gotta
Yeah,
Yeah,
we gotta
pick
hurry
up
up.
the
I
pace.
know.
Yeah.
And he will talk about Thanksgiving because the Thanksgiving Day is coming.
Well,
It's
it is
this week.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's
Well,
this week.
actually, when we release this podcast, it's gonna be the Thanksgiving Day.
Day.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
plan. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was like, every time when you improvise the things, they just go.
We have
perfect.
everything figured out.
So smart, you two. Wow.
I know.
The thing is, I'm South American, and in Argentina, we know nothing about only Thanksgiving.
and everything else
Experts in everything else.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But no Thanksgiving. So, I want you to tell me, and Rocio also, like a little bit of the story, maybe, or how does it work?
Yeah, well, I want to say something.
You want a little history?
Of course. I mean, I know about like Thanksgiving, but just the marketing of, because I'm coming from Tijuana, which is on the border with San Diego, and we
Totally.
just celebrate both of everything. Like
Yeah.
like everything is like, oh, there's a holiday in US, perfect, let's celebrate. Oh, there's a holiday in Mexico, perfect,
Party.
let's celebrate.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for an excuse,
Any excuse to party,
celebrate.
yeah.
And obviously the marketing. You go to any store in US and they're just selling you all these things about that holiday. So yeah, I even celebrate like Labor Day, President's Day, and all those things.
Really?
Really?
We just take the holiday and we're like, oh yeah.
I don't even know when President's Day is.
Me neither. I just
Yeah.
remember the holiday and the promotion and the offers on every store about President's Day. I was like, oh,
Okay.
perfect. There's a holiday. There's an offer. So that was super cool. Anyways, I used to celebrate, and I love to celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's more like about eating a bunch of stuff and we be with my friends and having a party and drink and do all that thing. So that
Totally.
for me,
That seems to be modern Thanksgiving. Yeah.
and I
okay.
remembered a little bit of the story because when I saw the Simpsons episode about Thanksgiving and all these movies
Giving and
or like
Charlie
remem-
Brown. Yeah.
Remember Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown, yeah.
Or like the Addams Family when they actually in the movie they were doing some Thanksgiving thing, and Wednesday was like the Pilgrim, and she was super mean.
Oh.
So I remember all that because of the movies and those things. But I really don't know like the real meaning.
The story.
Also me it was like whatever I saw on the TV, you know. But
Yeah.
I never knew
Pop culture Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So we need someone like what are best people who tell us about that than someone from
Somebody
Iowa,
who's
Idaho,
lived
Ohio.
through 30 Thanksgivings. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I'm not a historian, but I know a little bit about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
please, bright us. Illuminan.
Enlighten us.
Enlighten us. Yeah, that's right.
Boom.
Shine bright. Like that. Yeah, like.
Okay, you can talk now.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Well, let me see. Is it? So, well,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so
tell us a little bit about
history
a little bit
of
of
Thanksgiving. Very quick. Well, the history of Thanksgiving is like, I think it started out as a religious holiday. Like,
Okay.
to give thanks to God. Give thanks to your creator. They say that, you know, Thanksgiving is like over 400 years old. The earliest ones, anyway. And they would be kind of a harvest festival. Like, oh, we have all this food. Like, you know, we just pulled it out of the fields. We just killed some animals, some turkeys, some cows or whatever. Let's celebrate.
And
know?
we share everyone with everyone. And if I have something, I have the meat, you have the vegetables and all that.
Everybody brings something, you know, like some farmer is really good with the corn. Some farmer is really good with the wheat. You know, everybody brings.
weed.
The weed?
Yeah.
Now they do, for sure. I feel like that's a huge part of modern Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but traditionally in the U.S., how we learned it in school, like the first Thanksgiving is 399 years ago, as I just found out today. So
Okay.
it'll be the 400th anniversary next year. Wow.
Oh,
We have to do a party.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a big one for sure.
Yeah,
That's like the oldest American holiday for sure.
Wow.
So yeah, in 1621, this is the traditional first Thanksgiving that every kid learns about in school. It was the Pilgrims eating and dining with the Native Americans
Okay.
in the Plymouth Rock plantation or settlement, whatever you want to call it, in Massachusetts. And that's what we learn about. We think about this camaraderie and friendship between the Native Americans and the Pilgrims together, coming to a table and, you know, setting aside their differences and having a big feast. And it's a very rosy picture of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what we barely know or see everywhere. Like Indians were refusing or not really.
No, you know, I read
They were getting free food. I mean,
exactly. Well, the way I understand it is that the Pilgrims had a really tough time in the New World, as they called it, and that the Indians, you know, helped them. Like, oh, here is how you grow these crops. Here is how you do that. Here is the good place to hunt. Because
So the Indians were super cool.
the Indians were super cool. I mean, granted, there's bad apples in every bunch.
Of course, because it was their land and the Pilgrims were arriving here to steal it.
Right, but for
but
the most
some
part,
of them, some others were trying to survive in the new land, let's say.
exactly. You know, for the most part, people are pretty nice.
Well,
most of the time.
these Pilgrims were coming from where?
From England.
From
and,
England.
you know, I'm not sure the exact reason they were here, but it was probably a religious persecution thing. Like, your religion is weird, we're kicking you out of
Of
England.
course.
You know, always.
So I remember them. They're the ones who are dressed like with these big hats and the big like belts. And
Totally. Yeah, that's the
black
traditional
dresses.
picture of
Which
Thanksgiving
is
that we see.
super like they were super religious, coming from any part of Europe.
Right, and that's, like I said, that goes to the original Thanksgivings that were, you know, glory to God. Thank you for this meal. Thank you for our lives. Thank you for not killing us.
So
you know?
you think that the religious people that moved to the U.S. or whatever at that time, they brought this idea to share once
This
a
culture
year.
of Thanksgiving? You know, that's a good question. If they celebrated something like that in England before that, possibly. I mean, it surely didn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to imagine that their lives were probably drastically different in the Americas versus being in England, too.
Yeah.
Without having the modern cities or stores and things like that.
Okay. Oh, this is so sad. I mean, but it's cool that they put aside the differences and they sit down and
Exactly. Yeah.
I know. I'm starting to mix the stories now. I'm mixing with when Columbus arrived to America, and it was kind of like, well, it was a little different. It was not they were not bringing Thanksgiving.
Right.
They were stealing all our gold and things too.
Well, yeah. Columbus arrived in Hispaniola, which is like super far south. I don't know if that's Central America,
Like
it's
Caribbean.
Cuba,
Yes.
it's Caribbean. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, his treatment of the locals was obviously vastly different.
Yeah,
But, you know, that goes back to what we were taught in school, too.
Yeah.
Like, we were taught, you know, Columbus discovered America, and we should, you know, kind of treat him like a hero and everything. But that's changed throughout.
Exactly.
Especially, like, the last 10 years, people were like, Columbus was kind of a shitty guy. you
I know, but I mean, like, those were those barbarian times. Like, it's like going back to Game of Thrones.
Just because he was the first white guy in the Americas, you know.
Exactly. We were cool before you, Columbus.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. We wouldn't have maybe Thanksgiving because natives never crossed to the.
This is true. He kind of, you know, Columbus was way before Thanksgiving. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. So Columbus was first, and then America he discovered America.
He actually brought Europeans.
totally. He definitely popularized it for sure.
See.
Yeah, and then it was the Pilgrims getting to USA, like 100 years. How many years after that?
I don't know, like 150 years after that or something.
Okay.
Okay, so how does it work? I mean, because I never celebrated, so it's like a day and a year. Like it's a date that for sure had to be that day, even if
It
it's
is
Sunday,
the
Monday.
third Thursday of
November.
November, of every
Okay.
November. So it can be different every year, obviously. And so
Okay.
this year it's the 25th? I'm not sure.
Today's
26, I think.
26th, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody, well, most people have that holiday off, and they have the following day off too, the day after Thanksgiving, aka
Nice.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
remember
we don't say
that.
black anymore.
We don't say black. We
Dark
say
Friday.
Color
Dark
Friday.
Friday. Color Friday.
Yeah.
Cheap stuff offers Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, modern Thanksgiving is obviously a little bit different. You know, nobody went out and killed the turkey, or
Aw.
you know, it's a little different. But you know, for me growing up, it was always a time of get together with the family. We go to grandma's house. Grandma's been making gravy and turkey like all morning, and it smells amazing in the house. And
Really?
yeah, and you just hang out all day. You have a really big meal. Maybe you play some games or whatever, and then it's the best part of Thanksgiving,
So it
which
is more important than
the
Christmas?
leftovers.
The leftovers.
Okay, next
Yeah.
day at the Black Friday.
Oh
thing.
my God! Well, you're eating turkey for like the next week, so.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And does your grandma was killing the turkey too?
No, not that I know of. If she did that, it was before I got there. No, I'm sure she got it at Walmart.
So Thanksgiving is more important than Christmas in USA.
No, Christmas is still like the number one holiday, I would say.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
eat the same things.
Thanksgiving is like a number 2 for sure, though.
Yeah.
No. Thanksgiving meal traditionally is turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, the cranberry thing.
What is that? It's
the-
like a sauce?
Kinda.
The sweet potato.
Sweet
That is a
potatoes, some
pumpkin.
sort of starchy thing,
Okay.
pumpkin pie, obviously.
Beets.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe
beets.
at your Thanksgiving.
No, the other. The
Yeah,
green
exactly.
ones.
Yeah.
The green ones. The
Beans,
Beans.
green
Yes,
beans, yeah.
green beans.
Ejotes, sí.
Sí, ejotes.
Yeah, those are like your traditional staple foods, and you know, everybody adds a little bit something.
Of course.
So yeah, but still, like, you
Cheeseburger,
know,
pizza.
my mom would bring something. My sister has to help with that. For me, it was a very like family thing.
What do you do normally?
Oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
Oh, run around with my friends until I had to come in for Thanksgiving.
that's
What do
Yeah.
you mean
Not
friends,
cool.
no cousins?
Well, with my grandparents in that town, my dad was a single kid, so it was just me, my sister, and it was great for like the neighborhood kids because everybody was home and it was, you know, super fun. We could just
sounds cool.
run around after dinner and all that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so one person have to cook everything.
maybe, but I don't know. In my family, it seems like it's the old ladies.
Yeah, the old ladies.
It's always the old
Obviously.
ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like in Mexico. My mom is like, I mean, my
Totally.
mom, she's not, well, my mom is not going to understand
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
If I call her
You call
old
her
lady, she's
old?
going to be like, what?
Yeah. Not cool,
No.
dude.
But I mean, the ladies who have the most experience are the ones who want
Okay.
to cook.
And totally, and that's exactly how it is. Because like after my grandma died, like my mom and my sister kind of took over that.
Of course.
And now my
And-
sister mainly spearheads Thanksgiving, by making the turkey and doing the gravy all morning. Like it's a whole thing, just like it was before.
Wow.
Like
Oh
the
my
scenery has changed a little bit, but overall, it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay. So
Okay.
woman has to do it.
And did you,
As it should be.
you actually,
But men used to kill the turkey.
Exactly.
And at
Like,
what
yeah,
time
the
is
men
when-
grew the crops.
at what time you give thanks? Is that a thing?
I never knew about that until I saw it on TV.
Uh-huh.
And then I think we did it a few times
Really?
after
Like
that,
how?
but
Like, oh, thank you for the dinner.
well,
Or
no,
like,
it's like
before eating. Okay. you
yeah,
thank
before
something of the
eating,
year.
like instead of praying, like we were not a religious family.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So like instead of
My God, why are you
just
doing
finding
here
out
to-
for the first time?
No baptism.
No.
What are you doing?
Baptism by fire.
You're on sin.
Yeah, that was not something we did when we were a kid. When I was a kid, but I don't know. After we saw it on TV somewhere, it was like, "Oh, what are you thankful for?"
Like you were all.
Well, yeah, my grandparents had cable, so yeah, it was all about MTV.
So okay, you were. Then you start giving thanks to.
Yeah, we would go around and be like, just say something you're thankful for, and like, for my good friends and all you
What
guys.
are you thankful
blah,
for
blah,
right
blah.
now, for example?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Let's play that weird. This is Thanksgiving. and
This is
we're-
already Thursday.
I'm
people
thankful
listen-
that you let me eat some pasta before the podcast, even though you told me I couldn't at
Yeah,
first.
it's for Thanksgiving, Rob.
But otherwise, I'd be hungry.
So you're thankful for that?
I'm
right now?
thankful that you made some pasta. Gracias.
Ah,
Aw.
small things matter.
It is. It is. It's the little things, as always.
Okay.
Okay, got it. So it was a really nice day for you as a kid.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It was one of my favorite holidays, even though it's not really. You don't get gifts or anything like that.
That's what I was going
Like
to
that's
ask.
why
Do you
kids
get
love.
gifts?
That's why kids love Christmas, because you get stuff.
Yeah.
But nobody gets anything at Thanksgiving besides like a food coma.
Like 3 kilograms.
Food com-
3 pounds of weight. That's what you
Okay.
get on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. You get a whole bunch of turkey and a whole bunch of leftovers, and I don't know. It's just like maybe one of the few holidays that's truly American. Like George Washington, the first president of the U.S.,
Yeah.
if in case you didn't know.
Of course, I know.
Of course.
He made Thanksgiving like an official holiday. Like it was not. It was not
Okay.
official before that.
So he said, "Okay, we're gonna have a day off on the next day, and if you're cooking on this Thursday, you're not going to work." Is things like that, or what?
Well, I mean, I don't know about that.
So
I mean-
Thursday is not off. It's like a half day or something at work. Like
Yeah, right? You don't have the whole Thursday off.
Every job I've ever had, I had Thursday off. But there are some people that work for sure.
Yeah.
Like, there are gas stations that are open and stuff like that. And I always
yeah.
feel terrible for those people.
Oh.
But I was not one of them.
but they were getting paid.
Even
double.
worse hopefully, yeah, that's true. Holiday pay, I hope they were.
Yeah. for
But
sure.
even worse for the people on Black Friday. Like the
Yeah.
day, or the
Oh
people
my
that have
God,
to
the
come in at
stores.
midnight or something like that. Like, how are you supposed to spend time with your family when you have to go
Totally.
deal with consumers
Well,
after
that's
that?
Christmas in Mexico.
Mhm.
You know what a lot of people do here? Like for Christmas, they cook like tamales or whatever food, and they go around at the Christmas Eve and give food to all the people that is working.
Wow,
right?
that is very cool.
A lot of
That
Mexicans
is
do
very Mexicano.
that. They're like, oh, before we eat, let's go and give food to all the people that is working somewhere.
Wow.
And then they go back and eat in their homes.
That is amazing.
I'm
That
gonna
is really
cry.
nice.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
never
yeah.
heard that?
No,
Like
I've
in the
never heard that
US, no?
before. No, I don't think anybody ever does that in the U.S.
Well,
I feel like if somebody's giving you something for free in the U.S., you're like, what's wrong with
it
it?
has drugs.
really?
A little bit. I mean, there's that suspicion,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Untrustful.
I don't know. I don't like to take free things.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why.
remember that.
Have you ever spent Thanksgiving somewhere else, like in another state, and it was
Totally.
different or something?
It was different. I did a road trip on Thanksgiving one time, and I went to California. I think I was in San Francisco on Thanksgiving Day, and I was kind of sad. It was not the
No
same.
family there.
Yeah, it was like, shit, it's not. It's about the family,
Yeah. Oh.
When it comes down to it, that's what it was for me. Like the
Yeah.
food, whatever, but yeah, man, it was about the family.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, I remember one time we were to Las Vegas for Thanksgiving, and all the restaurants had turkey for dinner.
Nice.
And you can have like all Thanksgiving dinner, but in Las Vegas. So it was not about. I mean, there was no family there, but there was a lot of like
And
fun.
a lot of gambling.
Gambling
Yeah.
and fun around.
Now that sounds like a good Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I would go to that Thanksgiving.
Totally.
Yeah, I think that,
Buffet and
yeah, I remember that. I mean, like, who cares? I was Mexican, so I was just like, oh yeah, food. I mean, it was
Turkey,
not
yeah.
my holiday, but I remember going.
pavo.
Quiero pavo con mucho jalapeño.
tortilla, por favor.
Tortilla.
Oh, if I had known about turkey tacos when I was a kid,
Oh,
whoa,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
that would have
That's a-
changed my life.
That's a Mexi Thanksgiving here. Tacos
Totally.
and turkey.
Yeah. For us, it's like sandwiches, little turkey sandwiches. For
Oh.
like,
Well, we
okay.
did
Yeah.
we did do tortas too.
Ooh, turkey torta.
Turkey torta. Uh-huh.
But kids doesn't eat much at that night.
no,
course
exactly.
not.
Yeah.
You just want to play and
Yeah, I was not crazy about turkey. I'm still not, but I don't know. Yeah, I just
And
wanted
is
to play.
is there a
and
song,
whatever.
a Thanksgiving song?
A Thanksgiving song?
Like la 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 Thanksgiving.
No, I think the closest thing to a Thanksgiving song is probably any of the Charlie Brown stuff.
Oh, like sing us one.
Wow.
Just kidding.
But it's kids stuff.
But for me, that
right?
was classic Thanksgiving. The Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special is
Yeah.
like, well, that's my childhood right there.
I want to see that.
It's
Okay.
super good.
Mm-hmm.
all childhood.
Definitely.
Well, what
Okay.
else?
I
Well,
have-
what is the dessert?
Well,
Yes.
pumpkin pie, obvio.
But
Right.
is people too full? Isn't people too full to eat the
No,
dessert?
like for us, it was not like you
Never.
finish and then you eat pie. It was like a 3 hours later thing when everybody's
Okay.
ready for pie.
Oh.
Coffee
have
and
pie.
you gather around the fire or something.
Exactly. I
really?
wish. Yeah, yeah.
Is it snowing?
Thanksgiving can be different every year. I remember very warm Thanksgivings. I remember very cold Thanksgivings. Never a snow though.
So that is like the start of Christmas season
Totally.
in USA.
totally
Before Thanksgiving is still like what? Like nothing. Like
Yeah.
just
Oh, it's Halloween.
Halloween.
Kinda.
And then you have 20 days, and then you're like Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Christmas
Like it is
season.
definitely the beginning of the holiday season. If you didn't put up your Christmas tree yet, well, you better now.
So you have the Christmas tree in
Yeah, on
Thanksgiving
On
Thanksgiving night?
Thanksgiving, no. My
After.
the next day.
Oh no. Some people do. But
Yeah.
Okay.
in my family it was like, no way, that's way too early.
Because it's
Okay.
still like I remember like the decorations for
Now,
Thanksgiving
maybe-
are like corn. And,
Very harvest stuff.
Yes.
See.
Like
uh-huh.
things fresh from the field
Uh-huh.
and kind of dead.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, kind of brown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now maybe it's a time to hang your Christmas lights outside because it's still not that cold and there's no snow.
Uh-huh.
So there was definitely that going on for sure.
And isn't it like, okay, you gather for Thanksgiving, and then a month later you need to gather the family again, or you choose another family to go in Christmas? You know, when
I didn't
when
have
it's
that
couples-
option.
Rent another
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, rent a family.
No, when
rent
you-
a gringo.
No, like let's say you married and you go to
Uh-huh.
one grandma and then you go to another grandma.
That is the
or
truth with
mother.
some people, for sure. For split families like that with stepmoms and stepdads, yeah, they would definitely one holiday with mom, one holiday with dad, or even if you have a wife or whatever, it's like, oh, we did Christmas with your family, now we have to do Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, but it's super cool because actually you
It
have
is.
Thanksgiving,
It's like all that drama.
and then you have Christmas, and then you have like New Year's is like a friends party. And here
Generally,
in Mexico, that division is between Christmas and New Year's. So sometimes people really has to spend New Year's with the family instead.
That
partying.
sounds awful. That's
boring.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
They go sleep
super
at
boring.
11. I mean,
Mexico, when they're
Uh-huh.
like a split families, and you're like, oh well, shoes or Christmas or New Year's with my mom or with your mom.
Oh no, New Year's is a
Okay.
young people holiday. Old people don't care about New Year's.
Exactly, and it's always that thing because you are in this family party and it's super like lame and it's like and then 12 New Year and then everybody is just like pack of food and you just want to sleep or you can go party, but yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, that's a little different. I'm
too
glad
many,
it's not that
too
way.
many parties. And is it cheap or expensive to have that dinner? I mean, you were a kid, so
I mean, yeah, I was a kid. I wasn't buying the turkey, thankfully. Didn't have to work for it. I think it's kind of expensive. Turkeys are expensive.
Yeah, because they're charged by kilogram, right? Like when
Totally.
you buy it is and it's
You
huge,
buy it
it's
by the
20
pound,
kilograms.
you
yeah.
gotta buy the whole thing.
Well, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
not the
for sure.
kilogram, like the pound.
I mean, there are people that'll, sell it to you already cooked
I
or
remember
whatever, but
I
that's
saw it.
expensive
Okay.
too.
Oh my God! In San Diego, the nicest place to all the people that is listening to us in San Diego. I don't know if also in Iowa and every a lot of places in USA. But I remember one time that we have maybe it was our first Thanksgiving dinner in Tijuana with Mexicans that we just went party, and
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
yeah, we were like everybody's having Thanksgiving with some relative in San Diego, like people we live in the border, so everybody was like, oh, I have Thanksgiving with my grandmother, or I have Thanksgiving with this friend of mine, and then we were all like the ones who didn't have a Thanksgiving, like all
Aw,
Mexicans.
so sad.
And then we were like, why don't we do our own Thanksgiving? And then
Also known as Friendsgiving.
a Friendsgiving.
That's a thing. I don't know. I think that was
It's a thing?
I think that was a TV thing too.
Well,
that got
that
popular.
Was, how that is start like a little tradition that lasts for I don't know if it was 5 years. Then I moved to Cabo
Wow.
and my friends stopped doing it. Like we should do it again. But I said one time like, well, I mean, we said let's do our own turkey dinner, like Thanksgiving dinner with just
Cool.
friends. And then a friend says like, oh, perfect, in my house and all that. And then I said, why don't we use our like bridesmaids or graduation
Fancy
prom-
clothes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fancy clothes. Like
Uh,
what the story.
like the guys use like a fancy suit or something, and we use it dresses that we never use again.
Just like the Pilgrims.
just like
Wow.
ridiculous. Like, no, we were just.
Or you were dressing like the Native Americans.
No, I was dressing like with my prom.
With the hat and the pumpkin.
Yeah, with just a
Exactly.
fancy dress like Vanity Fair. Like we go on to the Oscars. Like
Dress
now.
classy to get trashy. Yeah.
And then we all my friends were like, yeah, why not? Perfect. So we all use those dresses that you have there in your closet forever.
I
And
love
then-
that idea.
Yeah, and then we get there, like obviously not makeup, nothing. We just using the dress like if you were just playing with your friend there, and everybody was like really dressed up.
See?
Yeah.
Like that. And then we put all these ridiculous things on the table in our turkey. Everything was like a joke, but it was so
But
fun.
it turned out good.
It turned out good that then we take ridiculous pictures, and a lot of people was like, oh my God, your dinner looks so fun. Please invite me next year. It was so popular that next year we did it again. But now people was like, please invite me. Please invite me.
Oh, they wanted to be popular.
Yeah.
So
you were like $20.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
didn't make a
There's a
business
cover
out of it.
charge for Thanksgiving.
We, we need to do that again because it was super, super fun. And it started just like a joke or something. So
So you were making fun of the American culture.
Uh-huh. Seems like it.
no, we were just
Such a gringo
taking
hater.
the Thanksgiving to another level of party. But I was going to say something and I forget. As always, I had a point for this. Like I started.
Let us know when you remember.
Okay, so in the meantime that you remember,
Let me remember. Yeah.
were you like all your friends thanking? Thanking, is that a word?
Thanking? Yeah, sure. Were you thanking?
Thanking. Giving
Like-
thank you.
I think
Yes.
so.
Saying gracias. El día de gracias is
Were
in
you saying
Spanish.
gracias for your year or something?
Actually, we were.
Did you do that?
Nice.
We were each of our friends in the table, we were saying nice words and why we were thankful to be in that table with these friends. And then we were really serious about like, oh, I thank to have you friends here for this one. I mean, we all
It
get
seems like
super
you really
serious.
get it. Like you're in the spirit of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. Exactly. So it was. Oh my god.
Did
I
anyone
want to
cry?
Oh, I'm sure.
No, it was super fun. The first one is the most memorable that we have. Then we did more, and I have pictures of all of them. Actually, I'm gonna post those pictures.
Okay, yeah,
We
There you
have
go.
a lot of those. The first Thanksgiving that start like as a joke, and then the next years were like a tradition. People is like, please, I want to be on your Thanksgiving, like ridiculous.
Who are
fancy
these
party."
people?
So
That
exclusive. Yeah, yeah.
Tijuana party, Tijuana people, and then they
Okay.
stopped doing it, and that was not cool. I want to go back.
But
to
it's
that.
your fault, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
I
I think so.
left.
I
Maybe
laughed.
I was doing the most pressure on doing that. Like, let's do the party. And then when I moved
Obviously.
to Cabo, maybe no one was.
No one
like,
was pressuring you.
pressuring to do it.
It's my high pressure girl. See, Thanksgiving knows no borders. It's worldwide.
Exactly.
I wish Argentinian will do it, you know?
It seems like a
Because
good holiday. Is there
it's really
anything
nice.
like that in Argentina? Like, I mean, obviously Christmas.
Christmas, we do that in Christmas,
Uh-huh.
but it's not like this deep feeling of thanking. You know, I think we
You
need
don't
that.
think
I think
so?
we need that. We don't
Yeah.
thank a lot. Thank a lot.
I mean, I don't know that everybody does that either,
Mhm.
but I think that that it's a good thing to do.
I think.
I think.
You
Okay.
think that I think.
Yeah.
Give thanks. No, it's super cool. I want to remember what I was going to say, but I still don't. I do now.
Oh God.
That was our first Thanksgiving, and it was about cooking the turkey. But then this fancy friend B, her name is Beatrice, but we call her B. B says like, "Oh, which kind of turkey do you want? Like smoke these, like with these all herbal and all these
Ooh,
like
yeah.
flavors
Fancy
and
flavors.
like crispy, not Krispy Kreme, like sweet
Fried.
honey and all those styles." And we were like, "Wow, B, like you have like all like that, like you have all those recipes to do all those like styles of turkeys." And she's like, "Oh no, there is this fancy restaurant that sells you order, is like a McDonald's, like a fast, not like a McDonald's, but like a fast
Like
fast
fancy,
turkey."
like McDonald's.
No. McDonald's is fancy for
Yeah.
Argentinians,
Yeah.
believe me. I mean,
Oh.
No, like not drive through, like a fast turkey food. Like you can go and pick your turkey there in any style you want, and you just place your order, and you go and pick up your turkey with all the things and all the.
Very
but they
cool.
work one day a year.
I don't know. That's my question.
Well, yeah, I'm
Do
sure they don't
work?
do. There's not enough demand to do
I don't know.
turkeys
But
every
maybe
day,
it's,
right?
it's an amazing business. Like they open like November to maybe to Christmas, because Christmas people.
Christmas, you
also-
can still have a turkey for sure.
Right.
Really?
But
Yeah.
and
It's
then
maybe not as popular, but it's
they-
probably the second most
they
popular
have
turkey
this
eating day.
web page, and then you choose the turkey you want with all the things you want, the ingredients and and then you place your order, you pay, and then you just go and pick it up. So that kills the tradition of grandma cooking.
Right, but the
it's-
turkey is probably way better. Like, I love my grandma, but the turkey was not always
It was too
fantastic.
dry?
A little dry, lacking on flavor.
Yeah.
Definitely need some salt.
These people was really like experts on turkeys.
I think if it's easier, go ahead. You know?
Totally, yeah.
Oh my god, that
And
was.
who has the time to cook 10 hours?
grandmas?
Grandmas, yeah, because it takes
I
a
know how
long
many
time. If
they
you don't
die.
plan a,
Well, then you can go to this place. Drive
Exactly, yeah.
drive through turkey.
The best turkey I ever had was a smoked turkey. When I was working catering, the chef threw, I don't know, 30 turkeys in the smoker and gave it one to everybody
Wow.
that worked there. Yeah, it was super cool and it was delicious.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember that Thanksgiving that we were like, okay, we don't have a grandma who's gonna cook, and we are not really a family. We're just friends. So
exactly.
who's gonna cook? And then B was like, oh, I got
Just
this
buy
place.
one.
Let's just buy one. Which one do you want? And it was amazing. So everybody brings something else about the Thanksgiving dishes, and it was super cool.
I think it's a great idea. I
Totally.
mean, I never thought about Thanksgiving like this since this podcast. So thank you very much. I thank you.
Let's
Look at
do
her
it.
giving us her
Yeah,
thanks.
oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god.
What
yeah,
are you
like
thankful
for
for?
real, for real.
Well,
Well, I'm really thankful for this podcast and for having you here, Captain Rob.
well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Rob, for sharing all your knowledge about this big holiday, like one of the, well, not one of the oldest holiday in
I
US.
think
Yes.
so. I mean, obviously Christmas is super old. You know,
Wow.
But you didn't
only
make
like
it.
2,000 years old. But as a truly American holiday that didn't exist before America, totally. It's like one of the only ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's
I really.
nice. I think we should start doing
Yeah.
the dinner. I mean,
I
it's,
think we
it's
should
great.
adopt like
I agree.
the holidays from everywhere. I just like holidays.
Yeah.
I love
the whole
holidays.
year having the special
we
dinners,
need a
Hanukkah
holiday.
and stuff.
So what
Yeah.
is a holiday in Argentina?
Like special?
Yeah, what's a special one?
That we can still here, like
Exactly.
for celebrate.
Maybe May 25th,
Well, what's
Uh-huh.
that?
which is the freedom of the people, things like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's
okay.
it. Because we also had the Spanish people in charge, and we kicked them out.
So it's like
so it's your
your
Independence Day.
I think so. If it's not, sorry.
Jessica.
but I mean, from
worst
all this,
Argentinian ever.
I know, and I'm proud of it. Yeah.
It's the Independence Day.
Yeah, let's
Seems like
say,
or
let's say.
revolution
I mean,
or
you-
something.
Yeah, but from all these days, like Latin American countries, they have like Revolution Day, the day
Yes.
that independence.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
all that.
Here in
It's a
Mexico, we
lot.
have so
The
many.
battle of whatever. Okay, from all those days that we have on the year that we don't work, that we have time off, the May 25th is the only one that family gets together and they cook. And they cook food that I don't like, but my mom does it really good.
Like empanadas. And asado.
Yeah, they do
Choripan.
empanadas. They go all the way to the Argentinian traditions.
Wow.
Well, we need to talk about.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
holidays in Argentina because I have zero idea about.
Me
those.
too.
Yeah, well, let's do some research.
Next
there.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. Well, thank you, Rob, for
You're welcome.
being here, and I hope next. Well,
I hope you learned something.
Yeah, we did.
Let's enjoy the turkey that we have in the table right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Super good.
yeah. Let's
wait.
let's open a tuna cane. No,
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
The meaning
Jessica.
is sharing. I mean, where it can be whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
something.
point. You share whatever you have.
Exactly. So you have more questions, Jessica?
No more questions. Just thank you all the ones listen today. Follow
Yeah.
us in Instagram podcast.cheway, and we are on all the podcast platforms, and we are also in YouTube.
Yay!
Woo,
And happy
YouTube.
Thanksgiving to all of you
Yes.
listeners in everywhere in the world.
Yes.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
con todo.
Thanksgiving con todo, like Rob.
Sin miedo al éxito, papá.
Okay, well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
Cheers.
Thanksgiving.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.